Kendall, you need a lawyer.
Oh,
My lawyer's better than yours. That's what she's gonna say. Yeah. Just so happens every guy attorney's calling my wife. I'll represent you.
hey, Law Enforcement Appreciation Day was yesterday.
Yeah.
I know it was.
Did you guys do anything special for that?
No, we actually do. It's kind of funny you say. You know, it's such a. I hate to say this, but it feels like every day we're missing. It's like Hot Dog Day. It's Law Enforcement Day. It's like it kind of takes away the pride of certain things.
Yeah.
But our deputy sheriffs, we try to appreciate them as much as we can all the time and thank them. I send emails out and text messages out. But yesterday we just sent just a generic email out, just thanking our deputy sheriffs, of course, law enforcement for working. But there's always a bigger picture than that too, as well. It's like it's. There's more than just my 582 deputy sheriffs at the sheriff's office. It's 1,000 people that make the entire machine work. But yet I don't have like Secretary's Day for law enforcement. I mean, it's kind of crazy, you know? Corrections Deputies Day. It's kind of crazy. So we thanked our people. Of course, I appreciate them. They know that. I make it very, we swore in 1,000 members over the last 2 days since I've been your sheriff on this term. So got a chance to be in front of them and thank them for the job they're doing. So kind of did that prior to Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. But a lot of people reached out to me yesterday just saying we appreciate what you do as a sheriff, but it's a bigger picture. It's all my deputy sheriffs and their families at home and, of course, all of our employees that run this massive machine. But, it was another special day.
And you had an important day on Tuesday.
Yeah.
With your swearing in and,
yes, sir.
and some of those at the Basilica and some of the other. You had like 3 different. I mean, it was a busy day for you.
Yeah, so Kendall and I decided that we were just going to, the Cathedral Basilica downtown is a special place, of course, for us, and it's the oldest parish in the nation. It was built in 1797, so just a lot of history there. But also, too, I was an altar boy there when I was at CPS on St. George Street when I was a kid, and we got our vows blessed there, of course, at 10, 20, and 30 years, my wife and I. Just a special place for us. So we decided to have our swearing-in ceremony for our second term there. Florida Constitution says the constitutional officers will be sworn in, of course, on a certain day of the month. A certain day of January, of course, as a new term takes over, and ours was this past Tuesday for all the sheriffs across the state. So we had a swearing in. We attended 7 o'clock mass. We had about 100 plus members of the sheriff's office. We slew in, or goodness gracious, we swore in, of course, under oath after that. But just a special day. Both my boys are home. Their fiance and wife is here. Our new grandbaby was there. So just a special day. And it was a special day. And then from that point forward, we basically go around the agency and we start swearing in all 1,000 members of the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office. So we had pit stops all the way up until 8 o'clock that night between, the comm center and the road deputy sheriffs. And then we have a makeup day for people on vacation and stuff or out on sick leave or something like that. We'll have a makeup day in the next few weeks. So a special day for Kendall and I, our second term. And the first, you remember this, the first time we got sworn in, it was actually on top of the fort. It was cold. It was actually like this morning, it was freezing out there, but it was a special, as you all know, you've been here a long time. It's that fort has got just a special, sacred place here in St. Johns County. So as a little boy, I grew up, playing on the outside, the inside, and then of course, come to full circle. Being sworn in there 4 years ago was special, but the church the other day was powerful too as well, and a lot of compliments from people around town that attended. We didn't open up to the public. I mean, you could come to mass; it was open to the public. We just wanted to have a special day with my wife and my family. And because every term it's unpredictable. By the way, I mean, you can say how long you'll be the sheriff for. Every sheriff should say, I don't know. I got one more term to do, and then we figure out the next term, because things change in life. Things change in lots of ways. So I never say I'm going to be here for the next 20 years. I would love to be.
Right, but we're not promised tomorrow.
You're darn right. So
and it's nice that your family can just be with you. Because I've done public events, but it's hard because you literally go off into the wilderness of other people.
Yeah.
And you really can't have that special moment with your family. That's cool.
So Father John Tetlow said the mass. I had talked to the bishop, and the bishop actually had some other things going on too as well. So it worked out good that Father John Tetlow is a special person in our life. He's came at a powerful time, when you're questioning things, of course, in your life. And then the judge, Bob Mathis, who you all know very well, who's retired, he was there, but we brought in the chief judge out of Daytona, which is Judge Leah Case Bradley. She was a prosecutor with me when I was the state investigator. So she swore us in. And what was awesome was when I put my hand on the Bible, my wife had her mom's Bible, and some of you know her. She passed away in 2004. She was a powerful woman here in town, but she had my mother-in-law's Bible in her hand. So I put my hand on the Bible, and then my kids and their wives and their fiance put their hands on top of mine. I about lost it. So I had to focus on a picture on the wall on the west wing of the church and just focus, because it's just powerful. Just, those are people in my life that have, unconditional love, because it's hard, being not just married to a police officer, but a sheriff, a politician, unfortunately, and of course, a military member that came back with some scars. So just a powerful day for me, and I'm truly blessed to be surrounded by my agency members. A lot of support internally and a lot of support in the community, but no disrespect to anybody wasn't there. Just it wasn't an open invite. If you wanted to come. Jack and Jack Hanania showed up, which was pretty cool. They go to a Catholic church up in Jacksonville, and
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Just a special day.
That's
it was awesome. Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, this morning we got some pretty disturbing breaking news here, and I want to touch on this before we leave. A 14-year-old boy, I think you said in Flagler County, was hit. There was a hit and run this morning. I just saw something go across my phone that he's been airlifted to a trauma center in critical condition.
Yeah, so I tell you, it's been a tough few weeks. Not violent crime, but and I'll kind of back up on that after I talk about this. But yeah, this morning at Palaca Boulevard and Carpenter Avenue down in Flagler Estates, we had a young man, a 14-year-old, actually heading to the bus stop and was actually hit by a car, and the car took off. The child was flown to Wolfson's and is in critical condition, not stable condition. I know it says there our traffic homicide team is there. Yes, our traffic homicide team does the preliminary, so don't take the word homicide really. We're hoping and we're praying that this young man, of course, survives. So we're working on that as we speak. Traffic will be diverted for hours down in Flagler Estates as we work that as an actual crime scene. And we just simply, our thoughts and prayers are out to that boy's family, of course, and the kids in the school he attends, that he recovers from this. So it's just been, it's a rough time when you handle these cases. As you know, we had another little child that was hit up in, of course, north part of St. Johns County in the last few days. Another thing too, and then, you wouldn't know this because we didn't put it out in a press release, but our deputy sheriffs over the holiday were just working, and next thing you know, we get a call on 95 in reference to I was actually in my office and I heard it come out where a child was on the side of the road with their parents and was in full cardiac arrest. Our deputy sheriff showed up on scene. Long story short, it was a 3-year-old. They were heading to Disney World, and the 3-year-old went into full cardiac arrest. Our deputy showed up on scene first, and that's not out of the ordinary for our deputies to beat the fire truck there. Just kind of think about it. We're much quicker. So our deputy showed up on scene and started doing CPR. Actually, fire rescue, man, you men and women are just incredible, by the way. Once they got there, they brought this child back to life, and this child is still alive as we speak today. I can't say enough about what people just, when they throw shots at my deputy sheriffs and St. John's County Fire and Rescue, I just want to say, man, you have no clue what these men and women do behind the scenes. And they got to go home to that too, by the way. They went home on a holiday going, is that 3-year-old little girl going to make it, to the next life? But they gave him a fighting chance. But it seems like recently it's just been difficult, for our men and women and St. John's County Fire and Rescue with over the holidays, suicides, people taking their life. We had a mother go into her bedroom with her kids out near the Christmas tree, and she took her life, battling with mental illness and committed suicide. She's my age. And you try to grasp this stuff, and sometimes, suicide to me is selfish, but then again, you don't know what they're battling in that mind of theirs and that body of theirs. But also, that suicide just takes many people. But again, back to this, we have a crash going on. Just please put your thoughts and prayers out there as this family's going to struggle, of course, and hopefully this little boy survives today. So he's in the best care. You can't be in a better place, I believe, in America than Wolfson's.
Amazing.
I have to agree with you. Amazing. You're in the hands of St. John's County Fire and Rescue, which is probably one of the premier agencies in the United States. I know for a fact in the state of Florida. I mean, they'll be pushing blood here soon on the side of the road out of their wagons, for goodness sakes. But also too, I don't think it's in any better hands, but it's in the hands of a higher power. We all know that, and our thoughts and prayers with that family. But I appreciate bringing it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know yet if you guys have any cameras in that area that may have caught the driver on camera or anything like that? Do you know if there's any evidence yet that you can talk about? Yeah,
sure. I know for a fact this morning I heard on the radio, our real-time intelligence was actually on the radio speaking with our on-scene detectives, which are going to be traffic homicide investigators, about pulling. Of course, we have this county littered with cameras. Right. People don't tolerate this garbage right here. You coward that ran from this. Who cares if your license is suspended? I'll be honest with you. But you ran, and now you are in a lot more danger and a lot more harm than you ever were before. Yeah. And these people will find out, if working with us, we will find out who this person is. That's one thing about St. Johns County, just the chance of you getting away and committing a violent crime. And then unfortunately, this is a violent crime. Yeah, you could have just stopped. You could have just been intoxicated. You could have just been suspended license. You could have just stopped. But you're right. But now you have left the scene of a serious bodily injury or potentially death. and it goes to a much, much higher degree. So, but automatically we were on there pulling cameras, of course, as you know, our partnership with Connect St. John's cameras. And, we start pulling cameras from Circle K's and from schools and from intersections. So we will catch you. We will catch you.
Yeah.
And hold you accountable for this coward act. And you could have just stopped.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Sheriff, we appreciate you. We appreciate your time as usual, sir.
Yep.
Always great to have you in studio.
Thank you very much.
Have a great weekend.
Absolutely, y'all too
Have
as well.
fun at the Polar Plunge tomorrow.
Oh, it's Polar Plunge tomorrow?
Yes,
Oh, boy.
it's my favorite time of the year.
I know you love this.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
And then I love challenging my people when I get in, like, stay in here. Stay in here.
Yeah.
And then I get out, I get in the car, and my wife's like, you are such a... My wife has called me idiot. She's such an idiot. But I'm really not. I am. That's okay.
I've witnessed it.
All right. Appreciate y'all.
You're
Thank you for your
amazing.
support.
Thank you.
Yep. Y'all have a great day.
sir.
Thank you.
Take care.
March 1st.
March 1st
Okay.
and February 13th.
February 13th.
Got it.
Let's go.
All right, Troy, how do you want to check the comments?
On this freak